professional headset in a sea of amateurs. The best gaming headset. Best high-end gaming headset. Best audiophile gaming headset. Best high-end gaming headset. Best wireless gaming headset. Best premium gaming headset. Apparently, this is the best wireless gaming headset. Well, let's find out. Jedi Luke here. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I am going to be reviewing the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless gaming headset. I pretty much just got this for the headphones, but I know that a lot of folks who might buy this might want to use it for the headphones as well as the microphone. So we'll check out both. But what I want to do right now is give you kind of a lay of the land of what this video is going to look like. So first off, what I'm going to do the unboxing so you guys can see what it looks like, see everything that comes with it. And then I want to give you my initial thoughts on the build and the quality, the comfort, as well as kind of the pricing and how it stacks up in its space. And then I want to use them for a week. Then I want to give you my thoughts on the build quality, the comfort, the sound and the performance, the microphone, because a lot of folks are probably going to care about the microphone, and then finish up with my overall thoughts. So to give you a little bit of background on myself and my experience within the gaming headphone space is that there's not really much experience. Right now, I use the SteelSeries Arctis 7s. And for those who have been here before, you've probably seen my last review of the Sennheiser HD 660S headphones. Great headphones, great sound, just weren't the best fit for me. And the reason I went with these headphones is because, one, everyone says they're the best, specifically on the wireless side. So I am a wireless headphone fan. I don't like having to take them off, put them back on, take them off, put them back on, take them off, put them back on. Not a fan. I like just being able to leave them on and then just game. And again, if I want to get up and dance, I can do that. My thoughts and my initial feedback is going to be biased towards a wireless headphone versus a wired. But now that you know, let's jump in to the unboxing. All right, so here they are. So my first overall thoughts on the box and the packaging is that it looks awesome. The white with the orange and the gold looks so dang clean. The only difference between this box and the black ones is literally the color of the headphones. So obviously you see here, this is the winner of the best wireless gaming headset by Wired. Pretty cool. We'll see if it actually is as good as they say it is. Second, there are a ton of other reviews on the side of it. So apparently they really like that everyone has said how good this headphone is. So the big difference for me that I thought was huge, and again, we'll see this when we get into it, is the fact that there are two rechargeable, interchangeable batteries for this headset. I have to say one of my biggest complaints about the Arctis 7s that I have now is they take a long time to charge. The battery lasts maybe 10 to 12 hours, and being able to charge it while you're playing, for me at least when I stream, it gives a terrible feedback. I think I'm going to be a real big fan of these two different batteries, and the cool thing is one of the batteries goes in the headphone while you play, and the other one charges via the receptor. So if you need to change it out, boom, one goes in here, then the other one from the headphone goes back in the charger, ready for the next switch out. Such a smart idea. Apparently this also is a luxurious lightweight aluminum alloy. We'll see if it's any lighter. All I know is that I'm excited to get this thing opened up and see what it looks like in person. So I don't have a knife around. I'm just gonna have to use my pen. All right, she's opened. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna touch them. Would you look at that presentation, folks? Wow. So before I even get them out of the box, my initial thoughts right off the bat is this looks like a little bit more cushion. Looks like they also use a different material. This part of the headphone is a heck of a lot bigger. Man, that white, wow. But look how much thicker that is than that one. Man, this looks just like a child's headset right now. This is the side where the battery goes. Plop that thing right off. There she is, already in. And then boom, magnetic, back on. Lay flat, just like the other ones. The white, gray, black contrast. That looks so clean. All right, let's see what else is in here. So this, I'm gonna have to read the owner's manual before I tell you guys anything about this. But this essentially is the transmitter, the 2.4 hertz transmitter to the headphones, as well as a lot of the other audio functions that you can control with this thing. And then on the side there, if you can see that, is the battery charger. Now, let's get into the accessories. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that box over here for now. Owner's manual here, the Arctis Pro Wireless. That thing is thick, 23 pages of English. Not too bad. We'll have to read through that. I like that they do this. You hate this headphone? It says reach out. They want to understand why you hate it and help you out. But do you love it? If so, we're thrilled. Leave a review. How awesome. Very smart marketing. What is in this package? What are all of these accessories? First off, we have the USB audio cable transmitter to PS4 and PC. Then we have the mobile audio cable. Don't know if I'll use that, but who knows, maybe I will. Here we have the mobile charging cable. So if I'm gonna be on the road, I need to take them with me, I need to charge it, I can do that. And then the good old power cable, which is for that bad boy. Also in here, second battery, which this battery is very thin. Good feeling battery too. Not that I've felt many batteries in my life, but this one feels good. Then, for you microphone folks, a little thing to go over the microphone. I'm pretty sure my Arctis 7s did not come with this. Look at that. And it just goes right on there. And then last but not least, we have the good old optical audio cable. All right, it's unboxed. Let's see how the overall build quality feels. And I also want to get a comfort check because obviously I'm going to be wearing these for a little while. My first thoughts on the build quality, if they're anything like my Arctis 7s, they're going to last for a while. Obviously I've only had those things for a little less than a year, but they've been good. I don't feel like anything is really worn down on them. So if they're anything like those, they should be good. They also feel lighter. They do feel lighter, but nothing about them feels fake. The side here feels nice, kind of a matte finish. The aluminum is kind of a rubbed matte finish. And this ski goggle thing, just like normal, is the ski goggle strap. They feel good. They feel like a nice pair of headphones. Do they feel like a $330 pair of headphones? I don't know yet. Now let's see how comfortable they are. And yes, I know I'm wearing a hat. I usually game in a hat. Wow, this makes my hat look so dirty. These are so white compared to my hat. They're so white compared to my teeth too. But this is what I typically game in. I'll be wearing a hat. I'll be wearing glasses. overall feel, they feel good. They feel like my Arctis 7s, but the nice thing too, they're not messing up my glasses. These fit so well with my glasses on. And these glasses are specifically from Gamer Advantage, so they're for gaming, they're for to be worn with headphones. And so there's really not much pressure put on the side here. I pull out this microphone. Look how white that is. Yeah, that thing is whiter than my teeth. The retractable white microphone feels good. So this is new. This is new with this headphone. Before, we had 2 buttons on the side. Now, it's like we only have one thing on the side now, which my guess is the audio. We also have a bigger mute button. That was a lot smaller before. Cable plugs on the left side. On the right side, it looks like we have the power and the connector button. That's it. As well as the battery port. How slick is that? I'm headphones die. Shoot. I need to switch out the battery quick. Oh, maybe it's not that easy. So I gotta push down a good bit. Okay, you gotta push down a pretty good bit. So you're probably gonna have to take them off unless you have really tiny fingers that can fit in there. My fingers are a little bigger, but I'll need to take it off. Get some leverage. That is so slick. Oh my gosh. So my initial overall feel of these headphones is I'm so far very excited about them. I'm happy that I bought them. I'm looking forward to getting this set up over here. And once I do that, we'll dive in a little bit more to some of the pieces, especially the box, because my guess is that is how we're going to be controlling everything else. But that's on me. I'm going to read the manual. I'll know more about them. I can give you better input into what's going on. And then I'll tell you how it sounds. And then you can also tell me how it sounds, because I'm going to use the microphone here for a sound test. And I'm also going to use my Yeti X. That thing's a beast, and that thing sounds crisp. So we'll give some comparisons, and yeah, see how it goes. All right, so now I've been gaming with the Arctis Wireless Pro headset for about a week, and I like to give you my thoughts. So the first part I want to talk over is, after a week, how do I feel about the build quality, just the quality of the headset in general. And then I'm going to get into the comfort piece again and see how it feels after gaming for a few hours. And then I want to talk about the sound and the performance, specifically for the sound while playing and watching some videos. And then from there, I want to talk about the microphone for a brief second, because honestly, there's not much to talk about. And then finally, after that, I want to give you my overall thoughts. But before I do any of that, one thing I want to do is to make sure you understand some of the big differences between the Arctis Wireless Pro and any of the other Arctis headphones out there. And that specifically has to do with the wireless adapter and what you can do with it and what you can do from your headphones without having to touch that thing. So after playing with the headphones for a while and reading the manual, I highly recommend giving this thing a read. It's really easy, walks through exactly how to set it up, how to get everything going. And what's really nice is this is already pre-connected to the device, so there's really not any setup you have to do outside of plugging it in. So this is actually, that piece is called the wireless transmitter, and there's a lot that you can do with it. And the really cool thing is you can control a lot of it without even having to touch it, thanks to that volume button right there. So see this? See how it clicks? I don't know if you can hear it, but it clicks. That button clicks. And it does the same thing as if you were pushing in the knob on the wireless transmitter. So what that means is you can choose between equalizer, chat mix, volume, all from right here without having to reach over in case you have it somewhere out of sight. So that was extremely smart for SteelSeries to do when they created these headphones. One thing I also want to touch on is the battery life here. So I've probably played all of almost 10 hours with these headphones, and I have yet to change out the battery. So I'm gonna wait until this battery completely dies out before I switch with the one that's currently in the wireless transmitter staying charged. And one other thing, you can do this if you want, I guess aesthetically, if you think it looks better, but you can actually take both side caps off if you think that looks better than all white. I think that all white looks pretty dang clean, because if you take both sides off, you get a battery on one side and then this just like view on the other. So it's nice that they made it so you can take off both sides, but I think it looks better aesthetically leaving them on. Alright, so now let's talk about the build quality of the headphones after a week. Obviously, a week of playing is not much time at all, especially when you're talking about build quality for a headphone that you're hoping will last you a couple years. But my initial feelings of the headphones and the build and the quality of it are still the same. Feels great, feels lighter than my Arctis 7s, and they just feel good. They felt like they were made very well. They put some extra time and effort into designing them. And the other thing too that I think will add to the build quality is the feel of everything when you touch it. When you push in the mute button on the headphones, it feels good. The tactical kind of click you feel when you're turning the volume up and down, or changing the chat mix or the equalizer, whatever it might be, that is nice, that tactical feel, as well as the push. And this is really not much of a change at all, but for me, I think it was huge, is the fact that they have, now that they have the power button somewhat protruding out, it makes feeling when you're turning them on and off just a teensy bit easier. So kudos for that. The other kind of change here on this side, where we're looking at the power button and the Bluetooth button, is this used to be one button before. Now here's power, here's Bluetooth. And sometimes if you didn't hear the headphones turn on the Arctis 7s and you're holding the power button a little too long, it switched to Bluetooth mode and you'd just be all screwed up. I did it a couple times. So the fact that they did that and they made it feel different, smart, very smart. All right, now I want to move over to comfort, because this is a big one for me. Obviously when I game, typically I'm wearing a hat and I'm usually always wearing glasses. For these headphones, I can wear them no problem while I'm wearing a hat and while I'm wearing my glasses. Feels awesome. I have zero complaints about the comfort. The only thing, and this will probably change as I wear them more, the ear pads feel a little bit stiff, but other than that, there's nothing to complain about at all. There is one piece that I'll add to the comfort, and hopefully over time this doesn't get too soft, but when I wear the Arctis 7s, my ears here actually touch the inside of the headphone. This one, I got still a little tiny bit of room there, because after playing for a while and you have that extra pressure right on the outside of your ears, it's not that comfortable. Don't feel any of that wearing the Wireless Pros. All right, let's talk about the sound now. Within the SteelSeries software that you can download to your computer, you can go in there and make some changes to the equalization, make some performance enhancements, make it game mode, just to make things sound more crisp, more clear for a gunshot or someone walking or the wind blowing, whatever you might be. I turned those on and it was great. The other thing that was good for these headphones, and I think it was way better than the Arctis 7s, was the sound staging and the sound imaging. If I was playing and I heard someone behind me and turned around, someone was legit there. And if they were behind me up a little bit, I would be able to hear that they were behind me up a little bit. So these headphones, compared to the Arctis 7s, make the immersion into the game that much better. And I'll probably post a review maybe 6 months after wearing them and playing with them, and it might change, but as of right now, I think the sound is awesome. And when you're watching a video or listening to music, the bass is there, the mid's there, the highs are there. It's a really really good headphone, whether you're listening to music, whether you're playing games, or whether you're watching a movie. Great. I'm a big fan of these headphones, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so now let's get to something that I'm not a big fan of, and that is the microphone. I'm gonna let you hear the difference between the microphone that I use while gaming, which is the Blue Yeti X, which obviously that's a great microphone. It's one of the top line microphones for a USB microphone. I know that. And so comparing it's really apples to oranges. But I want you to listen to it so you can hear the difference yourself. I'm just gonna say it is astronomical. All right, and as you guys can tell by my banner, I'm recording this from my streaming PC. The reason being is that I can't hook up these headphones to the camera, and I can't hook up my Yeti X to the camera. So that is why I'm recording this here, and that is why you see my streaming banner around. I almost meant a Twitch banner, but Twitch hasn't been working for me recently, so now I'm streaming on YouTube for who knows how long that'll last. All right, so what I want to do now is show you how this mic sounds. So what you're hearing now is my Blue Yeti X microphone, and I'm going to switch it over so now you can hear what the Arctis Pro Wireless microphone sounds like. So now you are hearing the microphone for the headphones. There's actually a little pop cover that goes over this. I'm going to put that on now, but as you see, it's about two inches or so, or 1 inch from my face. So this is a comfortable feel for me. You can even push this back further a little bit, because one downfall for me is I have a big nose. So whenever I breathe out of my nose, all of that air gets caught on the microphones. Sometimes before I had this Yeti X, they used to call me jet nostrils for that reason right there. All right, now I added the pop cover for the headphone microphone, and I think it sounds a little bit better. I mean, it takes out some of that air that's in the microphone, but it's not a microphone, guys. This is a gaming headset, yes, but I use it for the headphones, and if you're able to get a separate mic, it's going to sound a ton better. Whatever you want to get a different microphone. Don't use this one if you're serious about really sounding good and crisp. If you're just using these to play and communicate with your friends, then this microphone should be fine. So my overall thoughts on the microphone, I'm not going to use it unless I have to. I have a great microphone here that I use when I play, when I'm gaming, when I'm recording something on that computer. So I really have no reason to use the microphone on this headset, but if something happens, it's there to use. All right, now wrapping everything up, you can probably guess what my final thoughts are on this headset. I'm a fan. I am. The difference between my Arctis 7s, my Arctis Wireless Pros, they're almost non-comparable. At every standing, when you compare these two, when you look at build quality, sound, comfort, microphone, I don't know, they're probably the same on the microphone. But the Arctis Pro Wireless are the top notch, at least what I've experienced so far, and I think SteelSeries did a great job on these headphones. Are they worth $329? I think so. For the little bit of discomfort that I had from wearing the Arctis 7s, I think they are definitely worth it. But the fact that I can switch these batteries out, so great. The fact that there's not pressure on my ears on the outside while I'm playing, awesome. The quality of the sound, this wireless transmitter obviously is a lot higher quality than that little tiny transmitter for the Arctis 7s. My overall thoughts, I like these headphones a lot. I would recommend them if you can get over that big price point. You can actually get the Arctis Pro wired headphones, which are the same headphones, but they're just wired, not wireless, and it's about $100 cheaper. So if you want the wireless and you have that extra $100, do it. Do it. All right, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video and listening to my thoughts from a non-audiophile about these headphones, this headset. I hope you stick around. If you haven't noticed, that's actually my stream from the other day playing in the background. So if you ever want to come say hi when I'm streaming, I typically stream on Twitch, so you can find me there. Sometimes I'll stream on YouTube if Twitch isn't working for whatever reason. But I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'd be happy to give you my feedback as I continue to use these headphones. But until next time, remember, I love you God loves you. Let's continue to improve every day.